House is full of plants, but every single one has a secret. Today we're stepping into Botany Manor to see what this place is really hiding. Okay, let's read this note. Lady Arabella, we're so happy to have you back at the Botany Manor. I hope you had a lovely trip. In your absence, I'm afraid some things in the manor have deteriorated. Though I can assure you we tried our best to keep things in order. I hope it doesn't affect your research too much today. Bennett. Okay, and we got a parcel, so let us open this. It's addressed to Arabella Green, Botany Manor, Somerset. Forgotten Flora, a herbarium by Arabella Green. Dear Arabella Green, thank you once again for submitting your book proposal, Forgotten Flora. Please send this empty herbarium back to me once you have completed your research and will be in touch with a potential offer. Sincerely, Mayflower Publishing House. Okay, let us page through the book and see what else is there. Forgotten Flora, research and compiled by Arabella Green. We got an index with map, a fresh start, survivors of adversity, peculiar petals, botanical allies, and climbing up. Maps of the grounds. Obviously we haven't unlocked anything yet, so I'm sure the book will start filling up as we go through the story and discover new stuff and secrets of these plants. Okay, well, I think that is everything I can interact with. Let us open this door. A fresh start. So this is chapter 1, and I see we got one new plant added to the herbarium. Windmill wort. I want to grow the windmill wort to filter the smoggy air in my conservatory, but I'll need to research its temperature requirements first. Okay, and then there's a little note that says seed packet location, the conservatory, which is where we are currently at. So we will find it lying around here somewhere. Here it is on this table. Perfect. Okay, so they put a little picture of how the seed looks. That's really cute. And we have a note here, potting instructions, place pot on saucer, add soil to pot, plant a seed, water the seed. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. I'm sure we can handle this. We add the soil and then we're gonna add the seed. Let me just see, how do you do that? Ah, there we go. And then of course we're gonna water the plant. Great. Now they mentioned something about temperature, so I'm gonna have to look around the room for clues, I guess, and try and figure that one out. So I guess this is where you would set the temperature. Most likely it's in degrees Celsius, but I don't know yet what temperature this plant wants, so I'm just gonna put it to 30 and see what that does. We have a gazette over here. Somerset falls victim to industrial smog. I can barely see. Autobus drivers refuse to work in these conditions. Ah, that is terrible, honestly. Like air pollution and stuff. We got a postcard from Marianne. Dearest Arabella, on my hike I came across the windmill wort, a flower that only grows in Sicily. Some locals told me the flower has air purifying qualities, but due to its bespoke temperature requirements, the plant rarely blooms. Maybe the flower could help with the smog pollution in your conservatory. Your friend and peer, Marianne. Okay, so there's some hints in this postcard, like the flower comes from Sicily. It has a very harsh temperature requirement, I would say. Okay, let's see. Important clues get added to the herbarium, where you can assign them to plants. If you're stuck, tracking clues can help you organize and validate your research. So the postcard is obviously a clue, so we can just add it to this windmill wort flower because it's like related to the flowers, so that would make sense. Okay, so we have a board over here. Ideal soil temperatures for Mediterranean wildflowers. Okay, so we know the plant comes from Sicily, but we're not sure what type of flower it is. That's the only other question. Wildflowers, windmillwort, volcanic flower. Well, there's the answer. Checkered lily is a meadow flower, sword lily, woodland flower, daffodil is a grassland flower. Okay, so our windmillwort is the volcanic flower type. So we can go back to the temperature. Sicily volcanic flowers are 60 degrees Celsius. That is very high temperature. Okay, so I guess we're gonna set this machine to 60 degrees Celsius. There we go. You can hear it's working very hard because it's a harsh temperature. And we can add some more clues in our notebook. Okay, so let us pick up our pot and then bring it over to the heat vent. And we will release the heat so that it can warm up the temperature of my plant and hopefully it will grow. It worked! Oh my goodness, yay! Look how pretty it is. I love the colors. And also the air cleared out because it was full of smoke and now it's like clear, clean air for us to breathe in. Perfect. Okay, we got an update in our research book. It says the windmillwort naturally grows in volcanic soil, which is why it requires a soil temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. The bud contains air purifying qualities, so the flower can filter its environment from dense smoke. Love that. Okay, now let's see if we can move on. So I will try and make sure I don't miss anything. We got a little sit area over here. We have some books. Drawing from nature. Oh, that's cool. I wonder, can I draw stuff or what? We can't open the book, so we can just look at the cover for the time being, but maybe something else will come of that later. So I'll just keep that in mind and we can walk further on. Oh, I got a peephole. Okay, so we have two sides we can go to. Let me go to the main house side. It looks like the main house side, so let me try it out. Ah, it is locked. Okay, what is that? Oh, you get like achievements in Epic Games. You get achievements. You won't see it now on the screen because it doesn't record in the game. But it popped up a thing showing me I got an achievement in Epic Games. Botany Manor, home of the Green family. Okay, we got a key over here. So we can unlock a new area. Entrance garden key. Awesome. So I'm guessing it will show like under maps. We're currently at the gatehouse. And then we have unlocked the entrance garden. So then we also unlock 4 and 5. What else is here? Yes, a note. I'm currently busy researching. Please leave all deliveries in the gatehouse and ring the bell. Arabella. What a lovely note. Okay, well, I guess the key we got now is for the other gate that was locked. So we can run back there and then we can move forward. We have a white ducky. I can't do anything with that, but it's cool. And then I see we have a potting station over here. I currently don't have a seed because we already planted that one. So I guess we first have to find the seeds and figure that out. Yes, some stuff we can interact with. We can take a seed. And another note. My dearest Arabella, I hope this letter finds you well as you set off for London on your important trip. The thought of you in the bustling city working on your ambitions both excites and worries me. The time has indeed passed, and yet your determination for your field remains inspiring too. I never imagined all those years ago that we would be writing to each other in our 5th decade about such endeavors. I look forward to hearing about your progress, and of course, let me know how I can be of assistance upon your return. Your loving sister, Elizabeth. Aw, that is such a sweet note from our sister. Okay, so I see some saucers. Maybe we'll be able to plant some plants and actually like put it there. I don't have seeds, so we can just explore further in our mansion. Okay. This is chapter 2, Survivors of Adversity. We have a new plant, Fulguria, Ulex fulgurus. I came across the Fulguria when I was caught in a terrible thunderstorm. I'm interested to learn more about its growth requirements. Seed packet location, Grand Staircase. We have 2 plants, the ash plume, Lilium vivificum. This might be a tough case to crack. Seed packet location, the Rose Garden. Okay, so we have to find the seeds in these locations, and I'm sure along the way we're gonna pick up clues for how we can grow this plant. So let us check it out. Lady Arabella Green, I'm pleased to let you know that your family tree is complete, carefully tracing the history of your lineage. As per your request, I altered the customary presentation, now displaying the maiden names of the ladies in your family rather than their current names acquired through marriage. Should you require any further adjustments or have additional inquiries, I remain at your service. Yours, Robert Hinchley, genealogist. Okay, and then this is our family tree. I think this looks really awesome. That is pretty cool. Okay, we got a chair. Let's take a seat and just take in the scenery of this room. There's literally a tree in the middle of the room. And I see it has a saucer at the bottom, so maybe we can also like just put a plant there for decoration. I'm gonna look around, see what can I interact with. Great Western Railway. Taunton to London Paddington. Issued for return journey first class. Elderly discount applied 9th July 1890. Okay, is this a clue for something? Oh, I love the sound of the fireplace. It is so cozy. Okay, so this has to be the Grand Staircase, so I'm sure we'll find the seed packet around here somewhere. Collect seed. Oh, we got it. We got the seed, the Fulguria seed. That looks pretty cool. It's like this little bluish type of seed. Okay, so what is this? A blurry photo. Camera experiment 1. I purchased a new camera and flash lamp to document my flowers. The picture looks a little blurry though. I'll have to investigate the camera settings. Yeah, the photo is pretty blurry. We have another one. It's dark, but you can kind of see. Camera experiment 3. The picture is so dark, impossible to see the flowers. I can't believe how quickly I ran out of that incredibly expensive flash powder. Camera experiment 2. I'm very pleased with this picture. Looks like I'm getting the hang of the camera. Okay, so these pictures must be some sort of a clue for one of the plants that we are gonna grow. This is pictures of Arabella's parents. Okay, that is cool. Add into the lure. Let's see what else can we do. We can go through this door. It is open. Okay, so we got some sort of a chemistry set, but I haven't gotten any tips or clues for what I must mix yet. So we'll just keep that in mind. We can take a seat over here. Just relax in this little office space. Okay, we got the art of painting in oil. Okay, so then that goes into this lovely big dining room. This can seat a lot of people. You can definitely tell wealthy people live here. And it is just so beautiful. Like, the furnishings of this house is really amazing. Some ancient Celtic tribes practiced a coming-of-age ritual. This meant that when someone was considered old enough, it was time to prove themselves worthy of staying in the tribe. One of these rituals involved picking a flower in the woods. Though not just any flower, of course. The gatherer had to find a fulguria, for this flower is known to only bloom during thunderstorms. Keeping a cool head while lightning flashes were striking left and right of you was considered the ultimate test of courage. So there we got another clue in this book. Fulguria flower that we are trying to grow only blooms during thunderstorms. And we don't have a thunderstorm, unless one is still coming, that I don't know of. But I'm guessing that's where the camera flash comes into play, because it is like a lightning strike or something, you know? That all flash of light. I guess that is what we're gonna aim for over here. Okay, so we got another door, and this leads into a cozy entertainment room. What is this? Arabella and Elizabeth. Okay, so that's like me and my sister. We got a big grand piano over here. Oh, we found a key. Perfect. The key for the back terrace. So that is number 6. We unlocked a new section to this land. Okay, so what is this? We got another note. Lady Arabella. These past weeks I have been seeing lots of bright flashes coming from your back room of your house. It scares my cows immensely, as they think of a storm must be coming. My milk production has taken a hit because of this, and if you enjoy fresh milk in your morning tea, I would advise you to keep the flashes to a minimum. Farmer Charles. Oh boy, this farmer, he is not happy with us. And we got a bottle here of flash powder, but it says empty flash powder. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. We'll see what else we can do. So yeah, is the camera setup. Okay, so we're probably gonna bring the plant over here, but let me first investigate the rest of the room. We got some spectacles, and here is a poster that tells us how to use the camera. Fill the container with flash powder, close the container, press the button connected to the camera and the lumen flash lamp. Witness a bright flash. It's pretty straightforward, I guess. Let's just take a moment and take a seat here next to the cozy fireplace and take in this beautiful room. It is so pretty. Okay, let us go back and get our plant potted. Okay, so we're gonna put it over here so the camera can flash it, but I don't have flash powder, so I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, the bottle says it's empty. Oh yes, a chemistry set. So maybe we must mix the flash powder. I know magnesium was one of the ingredients. Let me just quickly go back and check. Magnesium, potassium, 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, so that is 2 potassium and 1 magnesium. I already put 1 magnesium, so we need 2 potassium. Perfect. Now, how do we mix it? Can I mix it? This is so cool. I love this. Doing some chemistry. Okay, so we're gonna put it in there. And I will just put the jar on the table. We need to close it and then we take the photo. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, we got the flower. The fulguria only grows during thunderstorms, where the flashes of lightning provide the bright light the flower needs to bloom. Because of its dangerous growing conditions, not many people have witnessed its beauty. Okay, let me just add these clues that I actually never added to my book actually. There we go. Awesome. Okay, now we can focus on the ash bloom, so we need to get to the rose garden. Okay, let me try and figure out where to go to be able to get to the rose garden. Okay, so we are looking for, there's the kitchen. Dartmoor all year round, town for Woodsman's Wood, Becky Falls. Okay, we'll just keep that in mind. I'm not sure what that all means at the moment. Oh no, the kitchen is locked. We can't go through the kitchen. Okay. Well, there's another door. Let's see what else can we get here. Here is some notes. Pyrophiles. Fire has the potential to be amongst the most devastating forces of nature. Despite this, humans have developed the ability to invent, wield, and attempt to manage it. Meanwhile, certain species in the plant kingdom have evolved to adapt and flourish in the face of fire. In areas where forest fires occur frequently, pyrophiles have learned to rely on fire as a crucial part of their life cycle. Facts about pyrophiles. Their seeds typically possess tough shells. Some pyrophiles only bloom when surrounded by smoke aromas from their natural habitat. Okay, let's see what can we get. Here's a painting room that is locked. Oh, the bacterias. We had the key for that. Lovely. Okay, so we are outside in the backyard. Okay, so we have a grow table over here, so I guess that's where we'll do the ash plume flower. And then I am just looking around, trying to find clues as to where the seed is. Firstly, we need the seed, and then how to actually grow the plant. Aha, we got the seed. Perfect. Seed log, a summary of some seeds I've gathered this year and the location I found them at. Cow parsley, Blackdown Hills, poppy, cheddar George, buttercup, street marshes, ash plume, Westman's Wood, wood anemone, Holford comb, wild thyme, Kelburn wood, foxglove, Ford Abbey. I think this list might be helpful for multiple cases, but we just need to try and remember this and keep it in mind. Okay, so the formal gardens, it is locked. We can't access that yet. We have another little area over here. Yes, a note. My dearest friend Arabella, a friend of mine visited the Americas and brought back a pair of fabulous grey squirrels. They are the latest trend in garden decoration. All of my neighbors have sent for them as well. It was a great investment. The two squirrels have now started a big family, and my garden is full of darling little critters. One thing I did notice is that I haven't seen a red squirrel in my garden for some time now. How odd. You must visit soon and see the squirrels for yourself. Okay, well, thank you, Grace, for the note. I will keep that in mind. Okay, we got a lovely pergola, and yes, another locked door. Let me check out what can we find lying around here. Perhaps we have a book. But also, guys, check out the scenery. Okay, Hazel Patterson's kitchen notes. Thursday. Jimmy broke another mortar. That boy really needs to learn how to grind spices without breaking down my kitchen. Lady Arabella may not be best pleased with me asking for a new one. The last mortar took years to be sorted. She is so scatterbrained, always off on her fancy research trips. Shopping list: flour, milk, potatoes, eggs, leeks, carrots. I don't really see what clue this brings us other than the mortar has been broken. Unless the shopping list has a secret in it, but nothing that I can tell of at the moment. Okay, I'm just gonna go back through a few of the clues I find lying around so I can try and figure out this plant. Unlock. Okay, we got the kitchen key so we can go in here. Lovely. Oh, that's a pretty cute kitchen. Oh my goodness, I love this. Hazel's priceless recipes. For the home, farm, workshop, and every department of human endeavor. Roasted chestnuts. This is a simple recipe perfect to warm those cold winter nights. You can use any edible chestnut, they are easily foraged. The main difficulty with chestnuts is that they have a tough shell, but luckily they're easy to crack open with the help of fire. Simply place the nuts in a pan above the fire and wait until you hear a pop. This means that your chestnuts are nicely roasted and ready to eat. The history of Dartmoor, given by our resident natural history professor. The professor will present how the moor was once covered in majestic forests and woods, how early settlers came to the area and cleared most of the trees for pasture using fire as their method of choice. It promises to be a fascinating story of how the moorland we know and love today came into existence. And here is of course our broken mortar. Dear Lady, we received your letter applying to study botany at our College of Natural Sciences, along with your enclosed drawings. We do not at present and have never admitted women to study at the college. Botany is a serious science conducted in laboratories and lecture halls. By all means continue to pursue your hobby, tending to your gardens and domestic space where it may be appreciated. Positions at the college are reserved for serious scholars whose studies will go on to be well utilized in a career of botanical experimentation. Therefore, with all politeness, we do not offer these valuable positions to amateurs that should otherwise be taken up by genuine academics. Signed, Professor John Altenham. Dearest Hazel, I picked you some roses from the garden to cheer you up. When you're done with your work in the kitchen, would you like to meet me for a cup of tea in the back garden? The pond is lovely this time of year. Warm regards, Mr. Bennett. So our kitchen and our groundskeeper could possibly be in a relationship. You know, there's potential by judging by this note. Oh, we got a beautiful porcelain ducky. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a few log options. Home smoking and curing, using the home smokery. The type of wood to use in your smokery is one of great importance, though which one to pick depends entirely on your personal taste and preferences. Burning wood from different types of tree produces different smoke aromas. This is due to different chemical compositions in each type of smoke, and has a great impact on the flavor of your smoked food. So in summary, choose your wood logs with care. Okay, so this is like the smokehouse. I see there is a saucer, so we're most likely going to bring some plant here. We got some smoked food line here. Okay, let me add this to the clues. We still need to find one more clue. The ancient oak stand tall in Westman's wood, covered in moss they withstood the test of time, though none can tell the sorrows that did befell those trees in Westman's wood. Okay, then we have a back room in the kitchen. Maybe it's like a pantry. Got a bunch of weights over here. I think this is weights, you know, this is the like an old scale they used to measure stuff. We have a mysterious symbol, so that is something I should keep in mind. Okay, well, let's start planting the plant, the ash plume, and then we'll take it from there. So after some time wandering around, I realized that the ash plume seed is kind of like the nut, and one of the clues explained that you should put it over a fire. It will crack open when it's ready. So that is how you trigger the plant to start growing, but it still needs to bloom. So then for the blooming part, you can bring it to the smokery house, and based on the clues given, the best wood for this is the oak log wood. The ash plume is a pyrophile evolved to survive harsh forest fires. Its seeds crack open with extreme heat, and afterwards the oak smoke from its habitat indicates it's safe to bloom. Yay! Okay, so we got another flower in our books. This is awesome. If you're enjoying this slow, cozy walkthrough, feel free to stick around for part 2. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and like always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Poison out.